So joining us now from New York City is the Republican contender for mayor, Curtis Sliwa. You know him. I don't have to introduce him. Spent his whole life in the city fighting crime and doing good things on balance, I would say. I know Curtis for a long time. So I took care of Mandami. You don't have to worry about it with him. But I got 5 issues here. I want to know exactly what you would do if you do get elected mayor. The first one is no bail. So Albany, the capital of the state, has basically passed a law that says judges have very little discretion in assigning bail to violent criminals. And there's a whole list of this one. You can't have any bail. How does a mayor overcome that?
Well, number one, that's all due to Andrew Cuomo, 2019. No cash bail, and he's doubled down on that in wanting to somehow resurrect his political career and become mayor. That will haunt us. What you have to be able to do is pinpoint the judges who are not utilizing any judicial control and hiding behind the no cash bail, and you got to name them and shame them. That's not happening whatsoever. And then, more importantly, you have to hearken back to what was the 1-2 punch. When Rudy Giuliani beat David Dinkins, the crime rate was far more horrific. 2,100 murders a year, 10,000 unsolved shootings. He barely beat Dinkins the second time that he challenged him. And then quickly thereafter, a man that nobody knew, unseated, a man who many thought was an iconic figure in the Democratic Party, Mario Cuomo, the father of Andrew Cuomo now. With that 1-2 punch, you can make all the difference in the world. So if I get elected, and I intend on getting elected, I pave the way for Elise Stefanik to beat Kathy Hochul, because if Elise can get 33-34% of the vote in the city in the next election, then you'll have a Republican mayor and a Republican governor who can go to work on both the city council that is predominantly progressive and the state legislature that is predominantly progressive.
All right. It's a big if, but it makes sense. Most of the crime in New York City on the street.
There's also one other thing, Bill, real quickly. The mayor does get to appoint some of the judges. Obviously,
obviously you wouldn't
have them to leave.
And we know the judges are the problem, but just exposing them, these people have no shame, and you know that. They don't care. Most of the street crime in New York City is committed by drug addicts who need money to buy whatever they're using and killing themselves with. They're allowed to run wild, set up tents, live on the street, inject narcotics in front of children, degrade public safety. It's horrendous. Same thing's happening in most progressive cities. What would you do with these drug addicts?
A quality of life that everybody is exposed to. It doesn't matter. The subways brings everybody together. So if you don't see it in your neighborhood, you're eventually going to see it on the subway. They must be removed. For their
remove
own,
where though? Where are you going to remove them?
Well, number one, there are state hospitals that have plenty of empty space. Unfortunately, when Andrew Cuomo fled to Albany because he was going to be impeached, he had downsized the number of state beds available for people with mental health disorders and drug addiction disorders.
Do you force them though? Okay, there are enough facilities in New York State. It's a big state to put these people in, but most of them don't want rehab. They don't want to go there. How do you get them there?
Right. Well, you don't have harm reduction clinics that provide the addict not only with the needles, but with a nurse to properly inject them, which then destroys the fabric of the quality of life in that neighborhood, because everybody who's a drug user comes in there. I mean, if you're going to go to that step, you might as well give them the drugs for free, because all it does is bring the drug dealers into a location as if they were vendors at Yankee Stadium.
No,
and they're
all of
selling
that is
it
right. But again, the question remains, you know what the problem is, I know what the problem is. But if you try to forcibly remove drug-addicted people from the city, you're going to run into the ACLU, you're going to run into Albany legislature. How do you get around that?
You have 1,000 lawyers and corporation counsel that we pay, and all they do is settle lawsuits. You're going to go into court. You're going to battle the civil libertarian group. You're going to battle legal aid. You're going to battle everybody who practices the art of I sue. You're going to win some. You're going to lose some. But you see, the taxpayers are going to know that you got their back.
Let's face it, the U.S. economy is under stress. National debt rising, trade war shaking the markets. And meanwhile, China is dumping the dollar and stockpiling gold. That's why I protected my savings with physical gold and silver through the only dealer I trust, American Hartford Gold. And you can do this. Get precious metals delivered to your door or place in a tax-advantaged gold IRA. They'll even help you roll over your existing IRA or 401k, tax and penalty free. With billions in precious metals delivered, thousands of five-star reviews, and an A+ from the Better Business Bureau, you can trust American Hartford Gold as I do. Please call 866-501-5201 or text BILL to 65532. Again, that's 866-501-5201 or text BILL to 65532. Thank you for watching. To view full episodes of the No Spin News anytime, sign up to become a BillO'Reilly.com premium or concierge member today.